Hey guys, welcome to question MM357 of the Maths Methods 4 to 5 study guide. So in this question we've got a bag which contains 3 green balls and 2 red balls. Now 2 balls are drawn from the bag, or taken from the bag, without replacement. The probability that both balls are the same color is. Alright, awesome. So guys, the thing we got to remember is that as soon as we see the words without replacement, that's when we know we have to draw a tree diagram. So if you need to write that down somewhere, write that. But as soon as you see without replacement, you should recognize that we need to draw a tree diagram. And the reason why is this. It's very, very hard to keep track of probabilities that are happening when you don't draw something down and you don't draw a diagram. So this is when you always want to do this. So we're taking 2 balls. So the first, you're going to be able to see that? No, I'm going to move that up a little bit. Actually, no, I'll do it over here. So for each ball that we take, when we take our first ball, we have a probability that we're going to get a green ball or a red ball. Okay, there's no other possibilities. We've only got green and red in the bag, so we can't possibly take any others. So we have the possibility that we get a green or a red. The second ball that we take is the same. We can either get a green or a red, and then a green or a red as well. So this tree diagram, if you're not too familiar with them, basically lists out all the possible pathways that you can take when you're taking 2 of these balls. Okay. So on the first one we could take a green, and then on the second one we could also take a green. So we could take 2 greens, we could take a green and then a red and then a green, or a red and then a red. Alright, and we've got to figure out the probability of each one of these, and then we can put them all together and find out what to do there. So next thing to do is write down our probabilities of each one of these things happening. So we know that we've got 3 green and 2 red, right? Which means we have 5 total balls. So if we have 3 green balls and 5 total, that means that our probability to pick out a green ball is 3 and 5, right? Because we've got 3 green balls and 5 total, which means that our probability to pick out a red is 2 and 5, right? So these 2 things on the same branch always have to add up to 1. So this has to add up to 1, that has to add up to 1, and this has to add up to 1, okay? So we've got our 3 and 5 and 2 and 5, and then what is the probability that we take out another green ball? Well, our without replacement is our key factor here, okay? So we've taken out a green ball, so how many green balls are left? 2, right? So we have 2, and how many total balls are left? Well, we've taken 1 out of the 5, so there's only 4 balls actually left, right? Now, we can see, because this total thing has to add to 1, that this also needs to be 2 on 4, but the way that we can do that without kind of doing it that way is, how many red balls do we have left? We have 2, right? Because we haven't actually taken any yet. We've taken a green one, but we haven't taken a red. So we've still got 2 red ones left, and we have 4 total because we've already taken a green. Okay? So now coming down to here, if we've taken a red one, how many green ones do we have left? Still 3, because we haven't actually taken any out yet in this path. So that means we've got 3 green out of 4 total. So we've got a 3/4 chance to pick out a green ball, right? Because we've already taken a red, so that one's down. And then we've only got 4 left. Now, we've taken out a red, which means we've got 1 red left, so our probability to pick out another red is 1 over the total number of balls in the bag left, which is 4, okay? So this is our tree diagram. Now, we're looking for the probability that both balls are the same color, alright? So we're looking for the pathway where we pick out a green and a green, because that means that both would be the same color, and then a red and a red, right? So we're looking for these 2 pathways. So what we do is we need to figure out the probability of each one of these things happening, of each of these paths happening, and then add those together, all right? So the way we figure out the probability of a path happening is we multiply all the probabilities in that path together, okay? So this would be a probability of 3 on 5 times 2 on 4. This would be a probability of 2 on 5 times 1 on 4. What we then do is add those together, right? So the probability that these are the same is 3 on 5 times 2 on 4 plus 2 on 5 times 1 on 4, which equals 2 on 5. Now you can put this in your calculator or you can do it by hand, doesn't matter. I would suggest doing it by calculator because you've got it available in these multi-choice questions. But the probability that these are the same colors, both of the balls are the same color, is 2 on 5, which is our answer of A. So guys, A is our answer for MM357. If you have any questions about any of this, especially creating this tree diagram and how to do that the most effective way, just chuck them in the comments below. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.